Hey, what's going on, guys? Carter here with Edge Mindset. Got a bit of a different video for you today. We are taking apart a budget knife. So I've wanted to revisit budget knives on my channel recently. I haven't featured them too much, and I kind of miss it. I want to cover the gamut on my channel, make sure that all kinds of knife enthusiasts are being represented here, and to be honest, I'm running out of money, so I need to start slowing things down and getting budget knives again. So I pulled out this Bravo One from Kubey. I remember liking this design. Overall, objectively, it's not necessarily the best in its class in terms of features and weight and things like that, but it's designed by Mikkel Willumsen, who I have always really liked. Very fond memories of his stuff from way back in the day. And so I like the overall design and the price point, stuff like that. But I pulled it out to maybe carry it or shoot some content on it, and I realized it's got up and down play. Now I don't know why. I don't recall it having up and down play when I got it, and I certainly haven't used it hard. In fact, I don't know if I've even really carried it other than around the house. I don't think I've taken it apart. It's been a while. Maybe I did. So I don't know why all of a sudden it would get up and down play. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take this thing apart. You can check out what it looks like inside. Spoiler alert, I don't think there's any surprises, but I'm going to see if we can fix that. And how I'm going to try to fix that is by bending this lock bar over more to see if I can get some more engagement on this lock face here and see if that fixes it. I don't know. We'll try it out, and we'll also take a look at how this thing is put together. I don't want to necessarily throw any shade at Kubey on this knife because, like I said, I don't recall this having this problem when I first got it and did my initial reviews. It's possible that I missed it. It might be one of those things where up and down blade play is so rare nowadays that I might be not really checking for it. I don't recall. I guess I could go back and watch that video and see if I checked for it. We've got T8 screws, which is awesome, 2 body screws, and a pivot, and then it comes right apart. You've got lots of skeletonizing going on here, which is cool. This is not going to be a Nick Shabazz video where I painstakingly clean every ounce of this thing. I don't know. I'm just not that anal retentive about it being clean. I'm more like a good enough kind of cleaner where, as long as I wipe down any sort of gunk, it's good to go. Like if it has trace amounts of stuff, I don't really care. I will note, I don't know if you saw that, these washers were in backwards, which is interesting. We got the stop pin here. It's just nested in these steel liners. If I can, now all of a sudden I can't even do basic knife stuff all of a sudden. G10 backspacer, steel posts in there that the screws go into. That's cool. They're not screwing into the liners. Don't you love it how parts are like hard to remove and you got to like finagle them and wiggle them and pry them out, and then all of a sudden they just fall out on their own when you don't want them to? Isn't that how it always works out? So here's that backspacer. Very simple construction. As an old guy who's been into knives for a long time, it's, a lot of this stuff is taken for granted, right? Like very simple design. You wouldn't really bat an eye at this thing and talk about anything innovative about it. But I remember when, stuff wasn't like this, like things were not put together well, and it seems so simple, but it took a while to kind of figure out how to do this correctly, like with these posts. Like for a long time, everybody was screwing into the opposite liners and things like that, and just getting things like this is really cool. Reversible pocket clip. you can see how it screws. Those do screw into the liners. See what I mean? Like this thing is falling apart on me. This didn't really fit that example because I didn't struggle to get any of these parts, apart and things like that. I don't even know why I'm cleaning this. But just like Nick Shabazz, I didn't even realize this. I didn't watch a lot of his videos, but apparently he's a big KPL lube fan as well. Not that I'm a big fan. It's more like I gave it a shot and I bought it, and I've just been using it because it's a lot. You don't need that much that much lube, you know. Okay, so you can see that's not really bent over that much. So we're going to give it a little bit more of a bend. We're going to give it a shot. You can see I'm just kind of mentally indexing here that this edge about lines up with that edge. There's like maybe a little bit of a gap. So we're going to bend this in, see if we can give it more of a gap. Being steel with no relief cut. See, here's the little fine details. Ceramic detent ball, that's cool. Because there's no relief cut, what that means is this is going to be a very stiff lock bar, which also means a little bit is going to go a long way. If I bend this in with any significance, it's going to be way too strong. So maybe I messed with this, and that's why no shade. Oh man. No shade on Kubey, because it's quite possible that maybe I messed with this. Maybe the detent was too strong, my finger was slipping, and I reduced the lock bar strength, and then it didn't lock up. So you can see that's pretty far. That's farther than I wanted. I wanted like maybe there, right? Just a little bit. With how strong this lock bar is, now I'm worried I've gone too far on this thing, but we'll give it a shot and we'll see. In real time-ish. I mean, not real time because it's not live, but you know what I mean. Like, no edits, no reaction. Is this right? This should be indexed, or am I doing the wrong side? I'm doing the wrong side, right? I think this came in over here. Yes. Now we are indexed. So it does have a D-ring. And what I mean by that, in case you're not following, where is it at? Wait, or am I? Oh yeah, wow. It's indexed on the G10. So see that little tab right there? That fits into this little cutout on the pivot here, and it prevents it from free spinning. However, I've never seen it done on the G10 like that. Not a very strong way to kind of hold that in place, but good enough, I suppose, for something like this. Throw that on there. I'm also not going to lube the crap out of it. And honestly, one thing I like about oil is it's really easy to put lubrication in the knife after you assemble it. It's not really mandatory that you do it here, but you know, since I've got it apart, might as well. Let's flip these around the right way. If you don't know, the general consensus is that you want this side. See how it's like the flat side of the race compared to this side. The consensus in the community is you typically want this side. Oh, that would have been cool if I made that towards the blade. Now I've done it both ways, and for the most part, for all intents and purposes, it doesn't seem to really make that much of a difference. But you know, might as well follow the herd of people that say to do it that way, and you know, assimilate. Be one of the Borg. Do you guys remember the Borg? You old guys over here. Is that what it was called? on Star Trek? I almost said Star Wars. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not the biggest like sci-fi fan. I like sci-fi horror, but not really straight like Star Trek. I was never a Trekkie. I was never a Star Wars guy, really. Although I always thought lightsabers were cool. Whoa. Hitting the camera, getting wild. I think we got this fixed. So I'm going to chalk this up to that I just don't remember messing with this thing, and it probably came out of the box fine. And I just, I don't know. Let's give it a shot here. Let's zoom out a tad so that we have, okay, rock solid, left and right, really good action, and no more play. You can see we're engaging with more force right there. I don't know what happened to this thing originally, but it's a really cool knife. What's the steel on this? Oh, just AUS 10. That's kind of I mean, AUS 10's fine, but, you know, not my preferred steel. But this is a budget knife. Mikkel Willumsen. Very cool. Kind of a nice Beadblast stonewash type thing going on there. I like the blue or the gray, the bluish gray. Very cool. All right, guys. That's it. Quick takedown. We got this thing running like a champ. Easy fix. I'm surprised actually how well this tension worked. I thought maybe I would have put too much, but it is perfect. As I fail a flip attempt. But very cool. All right, comment down below. No, don't comment. I don't want to see any comments. Let's have no comments on this video. That's the goal. 0 comments. All right, guys. Talk to you later.